We're forced to stick with one another because it's us versus everyone, and that's kind of how we look at it, not going into competition, but it, like I said, it really brings us closer together, pushes us, and yeah, to be going for our third title and our third year of having a program is pretty crazy.
Individually, where are you hoping to grow this year?
Yeah, I put in a lot of work this summer, a lot of work. I feel like my style has changed and evolved a lot just in this past summer, and that's what I'm most excited for this year, is to showcase that off, showcase this new kind of Reese, my new mindset, I've adapted a lot, so I'm really excited to showcase that this season.
Can you give us a taste of what this new Reese?
think of like Iran and Russia together. Think of that. If you know those styles, think of them together, and so I'm really excited about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Reese.
Thank you so much.
Reese, you got a chance to be on the call the other day.
Yes, that was so much fun.
What was that experience like for you?
It was incredible. I've always loved being in front of cameras, being on microphones. I've just had this passion and love for it. When I was younger, I used to ask my parents for Christmas to get me microphones and like headset microphones, and then I'd go up to my room and like practice commentating up in my room. So that was so much fun for me to actually have my first experience and on a Who's Number One call. I mean, this is one of Flow's biggest events of the year, and so being able to do that and give back in that sort of way, and then I think I was like the first like woman to do that, and so that was really cool too. I didn't know that either, and I remember like 2 weeks later I saw Lauren. She commentated the UFC 221 or 321, whatever it was, and like that just gave me so much motivation and hope for like my future in commentating. So it's pretty cool.
What do you think about competitions coming up? Like, what are you what are you getting ready for?
Yeah, just everything. I think not being outcome-based this season, just performance-based, and working on growing. Every single tournament growing, the outcome will come. And, I'm a firm believer, like, whatever God's plan for me, like, I accept, I take that. I believe I'm going to win every single time, but whatever his plan is for me. But like I said, I don't want to be outcome-based this summer. I just want to be able to perform and grow and not go back to old habits. So that's really my goal for this year. Just use what I've learned over this summer. I put in a lot of work this summer with the coaches, growing my style, growing my mindset especially. At the national championship, we're all good. Anyone can win on that day. It comes down to mindset every single time. Same thing with the Olympics. You're at the Olympic Games, everyone can win, but who can put it all together on that day, and that's really what I'm looking forward to this season.
Yeah, and I know you focus a lot on the mental aspect, but tactically, wrestling, physically, what do you think you've kind of made improvements on?
Yeah, gotten a lot stronger. I walked around pretty light last year, and so I wanted to make it a priority to like be bigger, be a bigger 145 this year, wrestle at the weight. So that's really helped me, especially with the style that I'm looking to impose here, really. And it's just physical. I want to be more physical. Want to create more forward pressure, and so I think the strength that I gained this summer is really big. Spent a lot of time in the weight room and on the mat, and really just combined those together.
I feel like, last year, you're national champion the year before, and then last year you have someone come in like Macy, who ends up taking the reins at that weight a little bit and win a national title, but at the same time, I'm sure she made you a lot better.
100%.
How much does someone like her and then others around you really make you better, and how much does that motive or propel you, I guess, this year having that training?
Absolutely. I couldn't have been more grateful to have her in the room. It pushed me to new heights, not just competing, but also in the room. I tried to get my hands on her as much as possible and still do, and I'm still glad that she decided to stick around in the RTC so I could continue to wrestle with her. She's pushed me so much physically because that's not a style that I like to wrestle. Macy, she goes hard for 6 minutes, but being able to go through that every single day and put myself in a position to have to work through that, to have to go through that, like, I don't think I'll go against anyone else in the world that wrestles as hard as her. So if I can handle that for 6 minutes, I can handle anyone. So it's been amazing.
You've been around this team for obviously the last 3 years when this has been the official, the season to season. What's kind of different about this team, or what have you noticed about this edition of like the Hawkeyes this year?
Gosh, first of all, the freshmen have just come in and they hit the ground running right away. I wrestled with a couple of them, and you can tell the high expectations they have for themselves. I mean, they came after me. They were wrestling hard, going live. Like, they're ready to come in here and not just maybe have a red shirt year or this. Like, they're ready to go right now. And so that's what's impressed me with them. And they're going to be the ones that continue to elevate us and motivate us, right? We have our upperclassmen. We know what we're doing. We know our expectations. But for them to just come in here and get going right away and basically know what is expected of them, and I think that's also credit to like our class and like what we've done. We've shown it. We don't hide. There's no top secret. There's no special sauce that we have that's gotten us to 2 national titles. It's not a secret. We don't try to hide it. And I think the girls have watched us over these years and immediately came in and knew what the program was about.
Who are those freshmen?